Hello everyone. So today I'm going to share with you my personal framework to pitch a startup concept, to sell a startup concept to your client, to your prospect, or maybe to your investors, which could be quite the same in the end. This framework is based on 5 steps. The very first one is to talk about your persona and its desires. It is very, very important to talk about you as a person. You want to do this, you want to achieve that, and you have that constraint. It's also important to talk about their constraints, to catch their attentions, talk about their dreams, etc. So basically, I'm going to take my CTO friend as example. For us, the way we put this step one is that if you are a non-technical startup founder and you don't have technical background, that's not a problem. We are here. We already help tons of startups, and we are here to help you and to support you to be your tech co-pilot. We put the pitch, and we reassure people. We provide a positive emotion because we are here to be your co-pilot. So they feel like they are not alone anymore. They feel like they are going to find maybe someone that is here to help you, etc., etc. So that's a step one. It's all targeted on the emotions, on the desires, on what your customers want, and what are their desires. We don't talk about what they need yet. Step number 2 is to develop the problem, because they are in a certain situation, specific situation, and you already pitched that situation in the first step. But now let's develop the lack of solution at that point. They might lack of this a solution for that because they have this constraint. They have and the real thing is that if they go down that path, they will have this type of consequences. It's going to cost them a lot. It's going to take them a lot of time, etc., etc. The goal here is to make sure that your clients, your prospects, are aware of their own problem, because they might not be aware or not fully aware of the problem, or maybe they might see the problem as a small problem while it might be a very big problem. Like not having a CTO as a tech startup founder is a big problem. It's certainly a big problem. So make sure on the step 2 that you make your client aware of what their problems are and develop that problem to also to show that you master that issue. Then step number 3, what people need to solve that problem in life, in general. What are the existing solutions to solve that problem? Basically, I forgot to mention an example of the step 2. So for us, if I develop the step 2, so the problem level, if you're a startup founder and you don't have technical background, the problem is that you might run into conflict with your providers. Maybe your providers is going to build your solution based on the wrong technology, or it's going to cost you much more than what it could do if you would have the right technology, like it was the case of Peter, as example. We can illustrate. You can also there are tons of issues. You can also lose the control of your development, or maybe not having fully control of the source code of your application. So that's important to have someone that look after your source code, etc., etc., etc. So that's the problem, and that's where that also are the consequences of this type of problem, because a lot of startups fail because they don't have the control of the software development. That's the fact, etc., etc. So that's the description of the problem. It was just an example to show you in our context how we pitch the level 2. So now, go back on the level 3. What people need to solve that problem. So there is a way, because you are not the only one in that situation. You are not the only one to have that problem. No worries. There are several ways. Here are the classical ways. So if you want to achieve this, usually you do that and that and that. So usually, if you want to build a startup and you don't have technical co-founder, you are trying to find CTOs. You are going to trust on providers. You are going to try maybe to hire your own CTO, your own developers, and you are going to struggle a bit with them. And then, so you describe all the solutions they have and the drawbacks. So in the drawbacks, in the end, here is the problem. It's going to cost you a lot. If you hire a CTO, it's going to cost you a lot. If you trust a provider, the risk you take are this. if you do this, etc., etc. So put all the options they have in real life and with the drawbacks on each option. Once you develop that, so I guess you got the point. And for us, the solutions are to hire a CTO or a developer, even part-time or as freelance. That's what I was doing 6 years ago, by the way. You can also fully trust on your providers, but who knows if your providers will provide you the right technologies. That's something that you absolutely need to be sure. And there are other technologies that might be more relevant. And these providers' goals are to sell you more things. So that's also a drawback to trust your provider. So yeah, put all the options and the drawbacks. Then step number 4. That's where you're going to introduce your solution. So basically, you will take all the positive solutions, the positive things in existing solutions, and you are going to remove the drawbacks. So basically, you present your concept, you say, okay, we took the best out of this solution, and this solution, and we removed the expensive costs. We remove the fact that you run the risk with this. We remove the things that it's complicated, etc., etc. And then you put all the advantage of using your own solutions, right? The classical ways, you are not really developing your own solution. Don't be focused on your solution, but really on existing ways and how you removed things. Be focused on their emotion. Remove the pains that they might have. And that's where, after this step 4, so step 4 for us, basically, we took the best out of all the practices we've done during many years, working as a freelance CTO, part-time CTO, and freelance CTO. We know exactly in one-on-one how to have as much impact as we want, and we put that all the instructions that you need to follow in short videos, specific videos for specific type of projects and skill sets. These videos come along with some workbooks that you fill in, and your CTO will review your work and give you some feedbacks and review your specifications, etc., and guide you to frame and to control and to prepare your startup project to the development phase. Everything you need to the development phase. And it use one-on-one meeting, group meetings with other startups when you can exchange ideas, etc. All the positive things that you put in place that are not common, that you cannot find anywhere else, that makes your solution really, really good for what you have to offer. That was the level 4. Now, the last step is the sales. So basically, the sales step is logical reasons and why your offers is super relevant. Why it works, how it works, and then you can describe success stories of past clients that went through that process, and thanks to your service and thanks to your solution and thanks to what you have to offer, it works. And that's really important. And for us, I just mentioned a couple of logical reasons. We are experienced CTOs. We work with more than 200 startups already. We also act as a product manager and help you put on your roadmap, because you not only need technical advice, but you also need advice to set your roadmap properly. We know exactly which type of technology you need, and we will help you select the right providers. We don't get any commissions or anything. You select the providers. We help you. We help you review them and interview them at some point if it's relevant, to be sure that you trust the right person. And then after you select the right person, we also keep an eye on your development and be sure that things goes on the right path and the right direction, and always in your own interest and not in your provider's interest. That's basically our sales pitch. So that was my 5-step to pitch a startup concept, and specifically if your clients, your prospects are not aware of the solutions that you are trying to tell them, to sell them. It's really important to make that shift with a story from their desire, their wants, to what are the problems that makes their life too complicated. Then what are the usual solution to that problem, and then moving forward to your solution and how it removes drawbacks of classical solutions, and then to the sales pitch where you're going to be clear on how it works, why it's relevant, and the success story, and why they need to buy now, basically. Logical reasons. I hope it helps, and let me know by that would be great. You can contact me directly on myctofriend.co or directly by mail on Amaury, Amaury at myctofriend.co. Looking forward to get some news from you, and I wish you a great day, and I will see you in another episode very soon. Bye.